Hi YouTube, this is Jim again. Here I've got a small piece of Palo Verde. It's a crotch piece that I turned into a bowl almost exactly a year ago in July of 2023. This bowl is kind of special to me because it was the first bowl I sold to somebody I didn't know on my Etsy page, and he seemed pretty happy with it, so I thought I'd share it with you guys even though it's an old turning. I plan on making this a live edge bowl, and since I'm not really sure what the inside of it's going to look like with all of the kind of rot at the crotch, I decided to turn it in between centers so I could make adjustments if I needed to. I've talked about sharpening in the middle of turning a few times, and just thought I'd show a quick little clip of my actual sharpening station and what I do to actually make that happen. It goes pretty quick and really makes the turning a lot nicer. As you can see here, I'm using some carbide tools to refine the tenon on the bottom of this bowl for when I flip it around. I don't use those tools for this purpose anymore, but they do have their place and they did the job at the time. Shaping the outside was pretty fast, and I quickly got to the point of a shape that I enjoyed. I really like the crack that's part of where the crotch was. I think it adds a lot of character. I'm not really a huge fan of flat top bowls. They're okay if you want or need that, but I prefer the more artistic, natural type of bowls. They're more interesting and fun. I think this one turned out really nice. You can kind of see here in the very center of the bowl as I'm carving the dark spots, and that's the bark inclusion of the crotch and also a little bit of rot that's going along with it. So at this point, I'm really hoping that that all goes away and I can get to a nice clean surface at the end, but it was definitely not certain at this point. You can see here that I'm spending a bunch of time working on the upper wings of the bowl. It's only about 7 or so inches in its longest dimension, so I wanted to make sure the wings were, or the overall thickness was pretty thin to make sure that it kind of matched the overall delicate nature of the bowl. You can see here I was still quite a bit concerned about the big crack and bark inclusion that was from the crotch, and I wasn't at all sure that it was going to be okay, and you'll kind of have to see how it pans out here. I finally got done with the inside to the point where the wood and the bark inclusion was pretty solid, and since the crack didn't go all the way through to the bottom of the bowl, I was pretty sure that everything was going to be okay and the finish was going to be good. If you've gotten this far, I really appreciate you watching. If you would consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, that would really help out the channel. I really appreciate all the people that have subscribed recently. It's really getting me where I want to go. So thank you very much for that.